What's up, Tasha? Huh? What's up? What's up, baby? Huh? How you doing? Don't mind my puppy. So anyways, today I picked up a pair of 26-inch Michelin Country AT tires. And as you know, up here it is winter right now, and there's quite a bit of snow on the ground. So I've been really kind of itching to get back out of my bike and get riding, but haven't really been able to have the chance because it's kind of slippery out. So instead of going out and buying a pair of studded winter tires for mountain bike, which will run you anywhere from $60 at the cheapest all the way up to $100 per tire for a pair of pre-studded tires, and that's a lot of cash. So what I'm going to do today is stud my own, and I will take you guys along the way or take you through the steps of studding your own tires. What you're going to need is make sure you get tires that are size specific to your bike. Like in my case, I have a 26-inch wheel, so I got myself they're not the greatest tire, but I just got myself a 26 by 2-inch tire, which will perfectly fit my bike. So once you get your tires, you can pretty much get it at your local hardware store, wherever you want to go. Then make sure you have tire removers. If you already have them, you might already have them. Great. I didn't know where mine was, so I had to buy myself some new ones. Drill bits to pre-drill your. Let me show you. Drill bits to kind of pre-drill your holes in your tires, so you know where you're putting the screws in. And then you can use like an old tube if you want, or like a padded tape or anything like that. So once you get that, then you can also, you can either buy pre-studded, or you can buy actual studs for tires, or number 8 wood screws work great. They're just long enough, as you can see. They're nice and pointy. They got a great tip, but then on the back, they are nice and flat, as you can see here. So it'll really kind of prevent from puncturing your tire on the inside. It'll be nice and hopefully flush against the tire once you get it in. So yeah, that's the kind of screw you can use, and they work pretty good. So let's get started. So first off, what you want to do is grab your tire, kind of inspect it, make sure it's in good order, make sure there's no pre-puncture wounds in it, wounds or holes or whatever you want to call it. And then you want to get like a flat surface. Like my sawhorses are out in the garage, but I didn't really feel like going out and getting them. It's kind of cold. So I'm just going to use just a regular board and a stool. It works good. And what you're going to do is just lay the tire flat down, where you can kind of lay it flat on the board and press it down against the wood. And then you're going to take your drill and then go on each lug, or wherever you want to place the screw. Just kind of flatten it out. Just take your drill and drill it. Alright. So that right there is the last of it. Finally, after a lot of holes later, finally got this tire finished up. You want to take a look at it? Here you go. I don't know if you can really see the holes. You kind of can. But yeah, that's what it looks like on the outside. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of clean out the inside of the tire, because right now there's a lot of sawdust in it from the board. So I'm just going to kind of run through it quick with this broom. Just kind of get that sawdust out. There it comes. There we go. Alright. So now you can see it's Nice and clean on the inside there. And now it's time to start screwing the hole, or screwing the screws in. Alright, so now once you finally get all your holes drilled, which does indeed take quite a while, now the second step really begins, which is putting all your wood screws to stud your tire with. What you actually really want for a good studded tire is a 1/2 inch number 8 wood screw. Alright, so we're just going to kind of take it one at a time, put it right in the end of the drill, or right in the end of the screwdriver, as you can see, and then just kind of find the spot on your tire where you drill the hole, go in and screw it in. Now you can just get them started and then just work on from there. It also helps to have good lighting when you're doing this, that way you can see what you're doing, and it really helps when you're trying to do like these things and see the small little holes that you made. Having the proper lighting really helps, and I can't stress more than that really. So you just keep going on, and this does in fact take quite a while. You gotta be patient with it, but surely when you're done with it, the self-satisfaction you're gonna have from it is pretty good, just knowing that you did this all yourself. And really the total bill that I spent to buy my 2 tires, buy the wood screws, was only $60. Now when you compare that to what a normal winter tire costs, which is $60 a piece at for a lower end one, I mean you're really saving a good deal chunk of money. I mean probably around 40 bucks you're saving doing this yourself. I mean granted it may take a couple nights to do it, drill the holes one night, do the screws the other night, but I mean you can get this done. I mean if you're really hauling, you can get this done in one night. But really it's 2 nights max and you'll have it done. And if you're not talking like I am. Alright, so there you can kind of see the screws all on the inside, partially screwed in. And here you can start to see them coming through the tire there. They're not all the way through, so yeah, your tire will very shortly go from boring old summer tire to a gnarly rad winter tire. Alright, so now I am just about done finishing up screwing all these screws in. I'm going to go ahead and do these last ones and I'll show you how it looks. Also, while doing this, I'd suggest wearing a glove on your hand, because holding onto the tire can be kind of tricky without a glove. Alright, well, there you have it right there. Is the finished product. How it looks when it's all done. Pretty cool, should give for some nice traction. And then here is both of them together. So that's what they look like all said and done. Next, what you need to do is get your, if you have an old tire laying around like I have here, my old bike tires, and I still have the tubes in them. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull the tubes out, cut them, and then just lay them right on the inside of your tire. For the tube that I'm going to put in my tire, I'm just going to, like I said already, just pull it out of this. Now, if it is an older tire, which this is, you're going to have to be a little careful because the tube may stick in it, so just be gentle with it when you're pulling it out. So just kind of get it and just kind of pull it down slowly. And just work your way around the tire. And just keep going. And just being careful not to rip the tube or anything. I mean, you're going to be cutting it anyways, but just take your time and be cautious. And there you go. There's one tube. And we're going to go and get the other one. And there we go. Tube number 2. Alright. Now for placing these tubes in the tires, you're going to need to cut them, and you're going to kind of want to start around the stem. Make a small slit kind of. So you can get in there with your scissors. And just get in there and just start kind of try and cut along the inner seam. There's a natural seam right in there. So just find that. And just start working your way along that seam. Cutting the tube. And then once you get to the valve stem, just cut right around it. There you go. Just take the valve stem out. And then there is your new padding. Just like that. You just take it and lay it right inside your tire. Just like so. So once you have your tubes all cut up and ready to go, and also if need be, you can also trim the edges a little bit so they don't hang over on the inside of the tire. All that's left to do is just take your tube and lay it on the inside of your tire. So it really helps just to kind of lay it down, put the tire against your hip or waist or whatever, and then just work the tube right in. Kind of go from all angles. Just work it right in. Like so. And it should go in pretty easy. Not too hard of a task, doesn't take too long. And once it's in, kind of straighten out a little bit, and there's your liner on the inside of the tire. As you can see, kind of. So there you go. Now next step is to get your wheels off your other bike, pull the tubes out, lay the tubes in here, and then fill them with air. Put them back on your wheel and fill them with air. Alright, now, I just pulled the wheels off my other bike. Got them here now. So now what we need to do is take the air out of these tires, run your tire remover through it, take the tire off, pull the tubes out, and then just throw the tubes over in the other set of tires and put them back on the bike and refill it up. Alright. I'm just going to run through and break that bead lock in there. Alright. Get your tire remover in there. Slide the tire right off. There we go. And off it comes. Now while you have your tire off, just kind of run through, check it for any dents or major dings. Make sure your rim tape on the inside is all in good condition. You know, there's no nicks in it, no nothing. Yeah, it looks like mine. I think mine's in pretty good condition for my front wheel. Pretty dirty, but alright. Now these tubes, really be careful pulling these out because these are your good tubes. You definitely want to go out and buy a new set. Alright, so you're just going to kind of take it right here and you're just going to seat it in carefully. Try to make sure there's the tube liner on the inside covering it up. And just keep kind of working your way in and around the tire. So I just kind of do like a little run around check, make sure your tube is covering your good tube. Ouch. Just stabbed myself. Alright. So there you have it. You can see the second tube in there with the liner covering up so the screws don't hit the tube. And that's the easy part. Now comes the fun part, which is getting it back on the wheel. Alright, so now with this, you want to make sure you get your tread pattern lined up with the right direction that your wheel is going. So my wheel is going to be going this way. So you want to line your tread pattern up just like so. Which it is already pretty much lined up. And then now just begin to work your tire onto your wheel. Find the valve stem hole. There we go. Now just work it around your wheel. Alright. So now comes the fun part of actually working it all in. Alright, so take your trusty tire tool and start to work one side in. Oh, first side you can do by hand. Second side you're going to need your tire tool. Alright, so that side is in. Now at this point in time, if it starts getting real hard to get the wheel on the tire, or get the tire on the wheel, you may need to, which it is getting pretty hard, so you may need to just find the valve stem, now that there's pressure on it, and release that last little bit of air that is in the tube. Alright, and now it should just slide right on, in theory. Alright, so there you can see There you go. One newly studded tire and wheel. Now you just gotta go to the compressor, throw some air in this, and I'll let you take a look at my other one as well. So here's how the other one turned out. Not too bad. Now all that's left to do is just fill it up. And if you're also wondering why I have two different colored wheels, it is because last summer I was riding, and like right here, this is my front wheel, and then this is my new rear wheel. And last summer when I was riding, I came down off a jump and just completely mushroomed my wheel out. So I had to drop about $100 and get myself a new wheel. But of course, they don't have the white wheel anymore, so I had to go with the black. But I don't know, I think it kind of looks cool on my bike. So let's run to the compressor and fill these up. Alright, so I just got back in from the garage. I just got done pumping up the tires, and I'll let you guys take a look at how they look all finished up. All nice and pumped up. These things are really sweet. Take a look at the finished product. Everything sits on there nice, and let's take a look at both sides here. Turned out pretty good. So now there's only one thing left to do is throw these things back on the bike and get out and go riding.